Hey everybody, how's it going? What y'all doing today? Kind of weird the monitor being all the way over there, but I'm sure I'll get used to it with time. Strange. So, today what we have here is a MacBook. Let's see what's wrong with this MacBook and see if we can make it work again. I don't know, worked when I rebooted. I'm going to plug this thing in. The fan is spinning. Looks like I don't have anything on my screen. Let's see what the voltage is that I get. JP, I got the TV working, but I don't know. This is probably not going to work long term with regards to... It's kind of weird. Yeah, it takes up way too much space. And it's in the wrong space. That's the other part of it. Turn you on again. I hit my power button. Interesting. It turned itself off. Probably like a 27 or 28 inch. Yeah, I'm going to find one. I probably have one in the basement somewhere. Whoa. It's speaking to me. And the caps lock is working on the keyboard. See the caps lock? The caps lock is working. But there's no light in the screen. Alright, what voltage do we get in the screen? Let's turn on the good old-fashioned multimeter app here. Hook it up to the Paul Daniels software. 0 volts on backlight. Okay, interesting. But doing something. Now, I'm kind of curious. Is this that flex gate issue, or is this going to be a dead backlight issue? Because remember, this machine, the backlight will stop working if you open and close the device too many times. I did not, Justinine. So, put the multimeter in ohms mode. Interesting. 59 ohms to ground on backlight. So the backlight circuit is shorted to ground. That's kind of curious. So let's get this thing out of the case. And that doesn't sound like FlexGate to me. 28 inch, 1080p 60 is 150, 4K, and you're at 250 for the same size of frame rate. I'd really have to figure out how I'm arranging them all around this work desk as well. Like, do I put one on top of the other? Some people have suggested one on top of the other, and that would actually probably be the best way to read it. Or, you know, just stop making monitors super wide and so that they're actually usable. That would be awesome, but... Like, I could have this monitor lower and then another one right on top, which could be pretty cool. I'm thinking of perhaps just adding a chat monitor, and that's that. Nothing crazy fancy. Keep my setup as I have it now, but have a chat monitor. No. Everyone look at Kopaz and hiss at him until he stops. Say hiss. Say hiss. Oh no, the screw is threaded. Kopaz, you gotta find something else to do with your life. Backlight cable is not destroyed. $60 ohms. What could it be? Those are the backlight caps over there. That incident in your shop earlier made my day. Thank you, and Rip Kopaz. I'm glad someone was entertained from my misery. Okay. That is the SSD that I unplugged. The memory is under there. Now, what is it that could short backlight to ground on an 820-00840? Can anybody guess? Hardly abuse, Samuel. Stop that. That's weird. All right. Let's take a look at the backlight circuit. So we have this transistor that goes to ground. Wait a second. That's going to go to ground through the LED driver. It could be that. Or it could be one of these output capacitors at the end, of which there are many. There are many. So said it could be a shorted connector. Let's see if it's a shorted connector. What do you think, Sonia? Let's take the screen cable off and see if Sonia is correct. Hopefully not. I'm hoping that she's wrong. Can anybody guess why I'm hoping that she's wrong? Does anybody know why I'm guessing that Sonia got it wrong? Why I'm hoping, not guessing, that she got it wrong. Thank God! Sonia happened to be wrong. I'm very happy with that because that means that I don't have a dead CPU. You hope Sonia's wrong because of money. Yes. And we still have 61 ohms short to ground. Indeed, I don't want a blown up CPU. That's not good for my day. Alright. The backlight capacitors look perfect. On this side, they also look perfect. Do any of these look bad to you? Because these all look pretty nice to me. Leftmost. The leftmost capacitor is just dirty. First thing, physical examination of the board for corrosion or obvious faults. Very good. Which cap is it? Which cap? The resistor is not cooked, that's just dust. I know, it's hard to tell. The cracked one. Which one is cracked, Dark Jed? Can anybody guess what we're going to do here? Who wants to guess what we're going to do here? I'll check it out, James, but you have to promise that you're not going to be pissed at all the things that I say about it. If we have a deal, then I'll take a look at it. Do we have a deal? All right. Post it in chat so it's clickable. No donating. Of course, JWC Repair. Can anybody guess what's coming up next? What's about to happen to this MacBook's backlight circuit? Also, everybody say hello to Tarman. He's been here since day one. Close to day one, actually. Tarman, last time I spoke with you, you had changed jobs, some kind of trucking job. How's that been coming along for you? Yeah, I'll take a look at it in a moment. JWC repair. You break it, we fix it. Let the Terrible Fire out. Terrible Fire, he's another one who's been here since 2013. Everybody say hello to Terrible Fire in the chat. He's a... Okay, first things first. It's gonna be fair here. What the fuck is with this infinite scrolly shit? About our computer repair service. So look at all this space that you could be using to sell your customer, and it's white. When you were founded, you provide high quality repairs. You use original. Like this is wankery. Less wankery, more what do you do? So, like what do you do? And if I need your services for something, like what is it that you actually do? That's what I need to see. I need to see what it is you actually do. So spend more time talking about what you do on this first page. Like where JWC repair, but what is JWC? What does JWC stand for? Now I have to scroll all the way down here to see what you actually do. So that's part of it. So it says liquid damage, flat fee 150, not bad. Break your screen, don't break your wallet, starting at this. The other thing is like, what are your prices? So how do I tell what the... I guess I can click it and get your prices. But when I click, I get a map page. So it's a good starting website. But the ultimate thing is you got to grab people in by like this whole thing up here, you're wasting a lot of space. Here, so let me go over my piece of shit website. My website's a piece of shit. But I'm selling on that website. Let's see. So when you go to this site, actually, never mind. Mine's not even much better. So watch. You go to my site, what we do right here. My name, tiny. What we do, big. My name, tiny. What we do, big. Now, look, I'm using this space to say, look, we're fucking famous. Then you could find us. Is that clickable? Did I really not make that clickable? Oh, I'm a fucking noob. Holy shit, I'm a noob. All right, never mind. It is clickable. Bam. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, Genius Bar video, Wall Street Journal, Business Insider, bam. So, okay, should you trust me? Yeah. You have the information there. Where am I located? Bam. What I do? Big. This thing over here, where, like, when I first click onto your page, I need to scroll around to see, like, who are you? Where are you? What do you do? This is the first thing that I see when I see your site. The first thing I see when I see your site needs to be, where are you? What do you do? And why should I trust you? Where are you? What do you do? Should I trust you? Am I on the right page? Okay, cool. They do what I need done. Where are they? Okay, cool. They're in my state. Should I trust these fucks? Okay, they've been in the news. That's what you need to have here. And that's missing from the beginning. So put that shit first and foremost. Like here, MacBook repair, liquid spill, not turning on, USB ports, data recovery, hard drive recovery, iPhone. Like I put all that shit right there where it's idiot proof and easy to find. Over here, when you click on that page, if you want to read more of the wankery, you can. We got some like contact form here. My address is over here at the top, and my address is over here at the side, and my address is over there at the bottom yet again. If you're and you know what the funny thing is? I'm not kidding. I still get calls from people saying, "I'm browsing your website. Where are you? Where are you located?" It's like, but again, Apple. Like, the thing is, and here's the thing that I've noticed over the years. Honestly, You don't have to pay some super designer. You don't have to pay some genius, because all the money you put into designing a website that looks perfect is honestly, it's a waste of money. I've had sites that were designed for $100. I've had shit I put together myself, and I've paid upwards of $9,000 to $18,000 to have a website designed. I'm not kidding. At the end of the day, what matters is that you answer those questions. Like, very easily, everything needs to be easily laid out and accessible. You have full specs of your e-bike available? No. So you go back to work on this site and make it so that I can figure out all that shit without Googling. I mean, without searching around. Like, again, my website sucks. To be clear, this site is a steaming piece of shit. But it's a steaming piece of shit that answers everybody's questions. Like, are you not sure? At the top bar, what we do, bam. What we do, bam. Do I have to pay to figure out if it's wrong? No, you don't. Can I send it in if I'm out? Oh, yes, I can. Should I trust this fuck? Bam. Oh, I want to contact them, and I'm too stupid to see there's a phone number here, and a phone number here, and a phone number here. Contact! Can we please destroy the caps? I'm working on it. TV working, yes. DJ Rob William, that's kind of low blow, low blow. I wasn't going to go there. I wasn't going to go there. Low. I heated it at 275 Fahrenheit. But here's the real thing that matters. Watch this, see? One, two. Bam! #1 on Google. #1 on Google Places. Closed. Wish I was. Mac, #1. Number fucking 1. Oh yeah. Oh yeah! I answered one of those. Here we go. Can I replace the lot? I have all these stupid bullshit ass answers that I wrote a long time ago to all these dumbass questions. These are useless pages, but you know, I had to write answers to all these stupid fucking questions to get up here. But these are real answers. This is not like a stupid SEO-ish page. This is, here's the price for the board for every single fucking model that exists and a link to buy it, kind of thing. Let's see. Videos. Fuck you, Laptop MD. Blow me. You got. #2? What? Oh, well, anyway. BAM! Again! Again! I make websites for a living, and your website is great. No need to change it if it's already working or good looking. Thank you, Andre. Yeah, this is that. Here's the thing. If your website answers everybody's questions, like literally everybody's fucking questions, which is what I've done here. I've tried to answer as many of these questions as humanly possible. What you find is that more people will show up. Anyway. Enough of that. Yeah. Less logo, more information. I actually have Paul Daniels on my website. Check it out. I tried to give him some SEO juice here. Nail and repair, Macbook repair in Australia. Oh, that was fun. I had to get rid of this because... Oh, yeah, I didn't credit Paul Daniels. I said Paul Daniels can do this as well. But, yeah, that was my soldering, not Paul Daniels. You can tell it's my soldering because I didn't fix one of the traces after putting all that work in. Yeah. Paul Daniels. Alright. Let's see if a cap is blown up yet. Alright, what do you guys see now? What do you see? Tell me if you think anything's funny. The capacitor on the right has been developing blue balls. So this cap that's developed blue balls is most likely the one that's bad. As you can see, the moment I remove that cap, the power supply is now taking 0 amps. Thank you for your valuable advice, less logo. Well, not just less logo, but you need to do, here's the thing. Every time you get a customer, you need to ask why they chose you. What were your questions? What were your concerns? What were you worried about? What were you told? What led you to coming here eventually? And then once you figure out what their concerns were, once you figure out what they were curious about, you're going to make that the front page of your website. Every single paranoid concern a customer has, you're going to answer on the front page of your site. Everything a customer tells you that is relevant to why they would use you instead of someone else, you're going to mention on your site. Your site needs to answer all of that. Your site is not about what you think is important. It's about what the customer thinks is important. And you can usually tell when a website is written by the owner versus a customer. Because when the owner writes the website, they sit down and they think to themselves, shit, what the fuck am I supposed to write here? I guess I'm supposed to describe myself. I started in this year and I had a great passion for computers. And I decided to bring the high quality of my passion to my loyal and loving customers. You can tell. It's not even like it's bad. It's just, it was written by the owner for the owner because rather than written for the customer. And the way you write your website for your customer is you implement all the things that they regularly ask you about while you're on the phone with them, when you're dealing with them in person, all the paranoid kind of questions. You're going to take all those little concerns and questions and put them immediately in the beginning. So if someone shows up and says, oh, so do you do liquid damage repair? Your site just failed. Your site failed because they don't know if you do liquid damage repair. So you're going to put in the top of your site, liquid damage repair. Oh, do you do data recovery? Okay, now you have something else to list. Do you charge only if it's successful, or do you charge anyway? No. Oh, we only charge if it's successful. Okay, no bench fee, free estimate. I got a tinier needle for my flux, so I'll likely be using less of it. Hypnot says, thank you for teaching me the difference between smearing my asshole and cleaning it. I have since changed how I wipe my ass because of you. Thanks, man. And Twitch still won't give me an agreement where I'm able to stream to YouTube and Twitch at the same time. Even with this quality content that I'm giving the viewers. Teaching people how to wipe their ass here, man. I'm trying. Address the customer's pain points. Exactly, Chuck. You know what? I'm going to give you some assigned reading. So, James, you still there? You're going to read a book called Start With No by Jim Camp before my next stream. Read the book in its entirety. That was the best $15 I ever spent on a book. What'd you think of it, Chuck? Alright, so we're now in the kilo ohms range. And because we're in the kilo ohms range, it's safe to assume that the short circuit is gone. Now that the short circuit is gone, I should be able to plug this in and get an image on my screen. Let's see if that's the case. Alright. Did the cap go short circuit because of PCB flexing or what? The cap went short circuit because it was inside of an Apple product. It couldn't live up to its full potential, so it got blue balls and exploded. What, you wanted a different answer? What do you think this is? EEV blog? Do I look like an engineer to you? That's the best you're gonna get. Now GTFO. Backlight! Fixed. Another working MacBook. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye now. This it'll fit. Yeah, like diagonally across or something? Yeah, like this. Like maybe from there to there. Just gotta make some room. For now. Typical. From last time I'm doing it. Yeah, this is pretty close to junk lead. I recently saw an interview with Larry Sharp on a YouTube channel I follow. I can see why you voted for him. It's a shame he didn't win. He got the least votes, which is one of the ways you can tell he was probably the best candidate. That's one of the ways you can tell. Oh my gosh. Stop giving me money, Kopass. wonder if I could use one monitor if I just turn off scaling. Let's see. I'm going to try turning off scaling and just using one monitor. Windows has terrible spacing at higher scaling. Yeah, Windows is not good with scaling. I actually figured out that messing with the settings... messing with the settings for scaling is actually what caused Vegas to keep crashing. When I don't mess with any of the settings, Vegas does not crash. Okay, let me take this back. I'll grab another MacBook. So, my issue. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of this extra monitor for now, actually. This is kind of confusing. I think I should be able to make one monitor work. This thing is like 27 inches. There's 25 more inches than I have. I should be able to make this work with just one monitor. Let's see. We're going to turn off scaling. Bye-bye scaling. I have 2013 vision. What the fuck I need scaling for? Some kind of... Let's see. Display setting. Show only on one. Bam. I don't need no stick and scaling.
he's smart. He's following me. He's following.
Yes, Jerry. Will Kopaz ever be allowed back in the store? No more Kopaz. It was supposed to be over when I originally let him go in 2018. Then he kept showing up, so I tried hiring him again, and that failed. Then he kept showing up, and I said, like, there's really nothing I can give you to do. And then he kept showing up, and then I tried to find something for him to do, but I really should have ended it there. And then it just kind of started to get more weird and weirder and weirder. But yeah, no more Kopaz. No more games. No more Kopaz. The time that I really should have... the original lifetime ban was when he took a picture of a bunch of drives in the fucking cleanroom bench that had customer phone numbers and emails on them and just shared it in Discord. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? But yeah, no more Kopaz. Kopaz is not in the store. No Kopaz in the store. No Kopaz in vicinity. Wait. Can you tell why the quick TR1300A is not popular? I don't know. I would not know. How about this? You're allowed at the old store, Kopaz. You're welcome to go to 186 First Avenue. No, DJ Rob William. I never really focused on the musician side. I focused on the studio side of things. I have to set one video to edit. One video to render, and then I can go ahead here. Just give me one moment, and I'll be right back. Right after this message from our sponsors. Be right back after this break. COVID and jobs of people that weren't coming because of COVID and all this kind of stuff. But I got the microscope light situation settled. And I got another, so the microscope light is going to look better when I zoom it. I am always multitasking, folks, sorry. But check this out. Watch this. You ready? Let's zoom in a little bit. So cool. I love it. Look at that. Look at that. I can zoom in on it, and when I zoom in on the computer to show you, this over here is beautiful. I have zoom again. Look at this. This is so much more stable than it was at the old store too. I'm punching the table. I'm punching the table. I'm punching the table. And I can just punch the table all day long. I can punch the table until my knuckles break. And it's not... Ew, another piece of the bug just popped up. Oh no. Too loud? Ew, another piece of the bug just popped up. Oh no. Oh, there's more! By the way, everybody, say hello to Kevin. Kevin has returned to work today. Sorry. curious if this thing. One moment. This is a palm machine right here. Yeah. We're coming up with new methods of discipline. Hi, Anel, how's it going? So before we get started with today's stream, I just wanted to show you something that's I haven't had the time to address.
Wait, he's smart. He's following me. He's following me. Fire! God,
Almost done. Oh shit. Whoops. Ah. Anel is here. Wait, it says Anel MD. Kevin has returned to work today after. Kevin has returned. Kevin has returned to work today after. Almost there. Yeah, it's easier if I set these things to go in ahead of time. Hi, just edited a video. I just plop it into this session that already has audio plugins applied to it to make my life easy. I just had to adjust a few things since there were two different tracks for something. And then I go back to fixing boards. I grabbed another MacBook. Okay, you're ready to go? Unspecified error. What kind of error? Fuck you mean error? Error. You piece of mother. Hey everybody, how's it going? So today we're going to get started fixing a happy little A1502. This machine appears to be charging but not turning on. Strangeness. Let's take a look and see what's going on with this MacBook that appears to have been opened already. By Kevin, no less. Okay, so here's the MacBook. Here's the MacBook. Gonna turn on the power supply software. Plug this thing in. Set the power supply to a proper voltage. Why, thank you, Jerry. It's very kind of you. Oh, now I see what's happening. Since I adjusted the scaling settings, that's going to mess with my program. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Alright, let's see. Reset transform. Gosh. Power supply. Reset transform. Okay. I'm interested in amps taken, so let's fix that. 18.5, turn on. So the only thing I'm interested in on the screen here is the amperage. And let's adjust the multimeter as well while we're at it. Okay, now I gotta copy those to everyone. Yeah. Copy transform. Paste transform. Oh shit. What the fuck? Oh yeah, you can't copy you can't copy two transforms at once with OBS. That's weird. Okay, paste you here. Paste you here. Copy power supply transform. You're there, you're not there. Paste you there. Schematic and board view. Streamland, no, power supply. We're going to paste you here. And power supply, paste you there. Then I need to paste the microscope transform, multimeter transform. Multimeter transform. Paste. Multimeter transform. Paste. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so 18 volts. We are taking, oh damn it, the negative is out of range. I gotta redo the multimeter one. Son of a bitch! Hiss. Ah, damn perfectionism. Paste transform. Paste transform. I really underappreciated Hi-Hi's job. Hi-Hi's job sucks. He usually has to do this crap. Okay, so we're taking 18 volts. At 18 volts, we're taking 21 milliamps. That means typically missing PM sleeve S4L, but also you may notice that I'm not getting a light in the charger. So let's get this board out of the case. But as I'm taking the board out of the case, I'm going to want to unplug things and see if any of the things that are unplugged are what's causing this to not turn on. I agree with Twitch Hi. The version of Hi that is currently in Twitch. The Rona. Corona. Backlight. Thunderbolt. Something I don't know what it is. PP3V42 regulator. So, one of the things that I like to do when a board is not turning on and it's got corrosion on it is try to associate the corrosion that matters, and try to tell apart what corrosion matters and what corrosion doesn't. Because believe it or not all corrosion matters. So first thing I do, reset the damn flex. Let's reset these transforms here and redo them since I turned off scaling. Okay. So the schematic is going to go here. And the board view here, maybe? Okay. So we've got a couple of different corroded spots. Down here, U3310. What's this? U3310 is a power mux for Thunderbolt. Now I wonder if S4 power enable could be getting shorted to ground. Very possible. By the way, one of the things I noticed is that the mouse is actually working properly with Open Broadcaster when I disable scaling in Windows. So Paul Daniels is not here right now. But if anybody could remember when Paul Daniels is streaming, to tell him I'm sorry for blaming his software for the fact that the cursor wasn't showing up where I had it on the screen. Can you tell him that it was Windows scaling that did it? See, right now, if I right-click on this, you can actually see that I'm clicking right on that. Before, the mouse would be here in OBS when the mouse was actually here in real life. So turning off scaling actually was helped me fix that problem. So this is what happens with this machine. So typically when my getting 20 milliamps, it means PM Sleep S4L is missing, which means that my S4 power enable, also known as PM Sleep S4L, is low. Now, one of the things I notice here is that the part that's corroded right here is the part with that signal. The chip is going to go to pin, that signal is going to go to pin 5 of this chip, and that's on the bottom right. That S4 power enable comes in, and if you look at where the corrosion is located on that chip, you can see that it's located right at the bottom right corner. So this is corrosion that is relevant to our issue. Next thing you notice, corrosion is over here on the PP3V42_G3 hot regulator. And in order to get a green light in the charger, I need PP3V42 power rail to be present. Remember, PP3V42_G3 hot is going to be the power rail that's required for the SMC to turn on, as well as the one-wire circuit. Without this power rail present, PP3V42_G3 hot, the SMC is not going to turn on, nor are the chips responsible for the one-wire circuit right over here. The one-wire circuit is required so that the charger over here can speak to the system management controller on the sys one-wire line. This is the SMC. So the two issues we have, no green light, no PP3V42, no S4 power enable. S4 power enable chip seems corroded. So I'm going to resolve this using some flux, and you'll get to watch. You excited to watch? I hope you are. Also, not to mention, the chips responsible for getting a green light in the charger, those two one-wire series chips, are over here, corroded. So do you kind of get an idea now as to how it is each one of our individual problems could be traced down to one of the chips that was corroded? Every time you have a specific problem, it's good to try and make associations in your head and say, well, this was corroded this time, or that was corroded and this is my problem. Maybe that chip or that signal line has something to do with this. And once you have enough of that information, then you have enough that you can really start to paint a picture of what the sequence in the machine is and what it is that's going on with the machine over time, even if you don't have a manual to it, which is how I learn. This is how I learn. I piece things together each time something is corroded. Okay, what's it doing? Okay, what does the thing that was corroded have to do with what it's doing? And that is how you learn. I find it to be a very effective way to learn. Also, an effective way to learn is buying flux from store.rossmanngroup.com. Don't delay. Buy today. Buying flux from store.rossmanngroup.com is an excellent way to learn. What would be your first 3 steps as President of the United States? Find a therapist? I don't know, man. I'm not fit to rule over people. I really don't know. You know what? I don't know. I don't know fucking know. Everybody likes to say that they know what they would do or what the priorities should be. Very few people are actually in making those decisions, but very few people are given the level of knowledge that the president would have to know why they do what they do. I don't freaking know. I don't know what I'd do. You know what I would do? Here's what I'd do. I would do streams. I would write a journal, and then I would stream my journal late at night as to why I did everything that I did. Maybe like a 20 or 30 minute stream where I just explained why I did what I was doing. To the very least, if people thought I was a fucked up or an asshole or lying or whatever, they could be inside my head and have an idea of what my thought process was. Maybe they agree, maybe they disagree. I'm not sure. I can't commit to a specific thing that I would do. But I would try to bring the public along with me. I would try to do with, if I were president, I would try to do the same thing that I do here with board stuff and just, take you along for the ride. Here's my thought process, here's my desk, here's my reality. But yeah, that's not really a job for me. I'm not... I don't know. I don't have dreams about being a dictator. I don't stay up at night thinking about stuff like that. I know it's easy to say what you'd want done, but then when you're actually put in front of the situation and you have all the data, probably a lot harder to make the decisions that you wanted to make beforehand. Also, a pad chopped off, but I'm pretty sure that pad is a no-stuff pad, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, trying to get rid of all the old junky solder. I'm not going to solder on top of nasty solder. I'm just putting leaded there because it makes it easier for me to wick. Once I can wick, then I can really clean house. Do some scrubbing. Get rid of nasty corroded areas. Replace the nasty COVID components with happy components. Many people like to say what they would do in a particular situation, but very few people are actually in that situation. So, I don't want to say what I would do in a situation. Without having any data, without actually being responsible or accountable for the things that I do, from the comfort of my chair, I would do X. It's kind of useless. And there are so many issues. Like, how do you choose which issue you tackle first? Right to repair is an important thing. It really is. But, first thing I would do if I were the most powerful person in the world, there's probably some other shit I should get done, handle. But there's so much that's been fucked up generation after generation after generation after generation of Let's put a Band-Aid. Let's put a Band-Aid. Okay, let's fix this other thing that we did with another Band-Aid. And the Band-Aid causes a bigger problem. So let's fix that bigger problem we just created with another Band-Aid. There's so many Band-Aids on top of Band-Aids on top of Band-Aids. I don't want to be in charge of that freaking mess. Hell no. Maybe tackle Corona first, roll eyes. The first thing I'd probably do is I'd take everybody who uses a rolling eyes emoticon and I would put them in a fucking gulag. I would bring the gulags back just for people who do that. But President's not really the one that tackles COVID. President manages other people that tackle COVID. So that's... Gulags for all of you. Kanita, that's one of the things that makes me happy that I got rid of my Facebook and my Twitter. I think the store has a business one, but it's attached to HiHi's account, not mine. I can't even log into it. I'm incapable of logging into my own company Facebook. Have you talked to Eugene lately? I have not. Last I heard, he got coronavirus. Is this the part where I have to fake sympathy and concern and care? Like, I don't know. The guy laughed to several people about the concept of ripping me off for tens of thousands of dollars. I don't have it in me to pretend that I care about his welfare. You know, if that makes me an awful human being, then such is life. I just can't care. He, the guy has been fucking over people from what I read online for years and years and years and years, and like at some point that shit's gonna come back to bite you in the ass. You know? Like there's just such an abundance out there. He had so many chances too. We spoke to him so many times in the beginning, middle, and the end. Like, we tried everything. You know, he's over 50. People that age, if they've been doing the same shit for that long, they're probably not going to change. Sometimes life forces you to change a little bit, though. Nope, Ian, I didn't get a dime. Being honest about your disinterest in Eugene's health is very honest in of itself. Many people deny such a thing. I can't bring myself to do it, you know? Like, I remember a time in my life when that amount of money would have destroyed and killed me. It just would have destroyed my business. It would have destroyed everything I was working towards. And I also just, people who don't care about how they do their job, I don't have a lot of sympathy for. You know, there's very few people that really seem to care about being a craftsperson anymore. You know, we clearly explained what we were looking for. You clearly didn't care about doing anything even remotely quality. You installed something you knew wasn't what we needed. You laughed at your employees about the idea of charging us another several $1,000s to redo it. Your own fucking staff was telling me that you suck at your job. Your own staff was talking about how they're afraid of not getting paid by you for their job and that they collect their money daily, not weekly, because they can't trust you for it. Look, I can't feel bad for you. I don't. I really don't. Like, it's not, and if it was just me, maybe I would feel bad for you, but it's so many other people. There's a laundry list of cases and people lined up saying, this guy screwed me for tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars. I can't feel bad for you, you know? I don't wish it on people. It's not like I'm sitting there like with a voodoo doll poking people. But if it happens to you, and that's the way you acted your whole life, and you never tried to do any restitution for any of the things that you did, and you never tried to make good on any of the people that you screwed over, ever, then what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to like cry? Am I supposed to say that I care when I don't? When I don't feel that way? When you've been given no reason to ever feel that way about that person? I really don't. I really could care. Nope. Okay, so if we take a look here, you'll see that CD3211 for Thunderbolt, where S4 power enable is going, has been fixed. PP342 chip has been fixed. Reflowed a bit of the backlight area, replaced those nasty resistors, and for the one-wire circuit, since we didn't have a green light, we also replaced the 2 transistors in the one-wire area. So now I'm expecting that when I turn this thing on, that I'm going to get 400 to 500 milliamps, and it's going to work. Actually, I can't tell if this is dust or something else. Maybe you can tell me, actually. There's one piece here that's a little bit... Sonny's a champ. I agree. Sonny did a really good job. I don't know if this is dust or corrosion or... Yeah, it's dust. That's just dust. That'll come off in the ultrasonic. Sonny did a really nice job. Sonny did a very good job. A lot of people were saying Sonny's not going to do a good job. He doesn't have experience. He said this thing that was silly. He's going to fuck everything up. There's one fuckface in the comment section that actually used to watch for like 5 or 7 years, and he made sure to post on not just one, in every single comment. He's going to destroy everything. The safety. He's going to destroy everything. He's terrible. Louis now doesn't care about morals or ethics. Like, he made sure to post or reply to every fucking comment on every video about that. Not only did the job get done, not only was no one hurt, not only was it done to a great standard of quality, but Eugene plus Sonny was cheaper than every other contractor in the beginning. Like, if you combine me getting fucked over by Eugene for the part that I did, plus what Sonny charged me total, that's still less than what Brenner or the Albanian dude wanted for the entire job, which is hysterical. Anyway, so as you can see, I'm getting a fan spin along with 466 milliamps and a light in the charger, so this does work. So we fixed it. There you go. So that's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. Hopefully when I describe to you why I check certain areas or what the milliamps that the board is taking means to me, you understand now. Typically 19 milliamps means that PM sleep S4L is missing, which is what S4 power enable comes from. And I look, and S4 power enable is what's corroded. So immediately I can say that corrosion there is causing this thing. Then I'm not getting a green light. The one-wire circuit has corrosion on it, as well as the PP342 area that powers the one-wire circuit. So the moment I look at the board, I go, okay, that corrosion is why I don't have a green light. That corrosion is why S4 power enable is missing. And even if you didn't know these things, let's say you didn't know what any of these circuits were or what they're for. What you could do, what I like to do, just fix the corrosion. Just go over the parts that are corroded, make note of them so you can look up what those circuits do later, fix the corrosion. Then notice the change. So your board was here before, take note, write it down, fix the corrosion. Board is here. So I went from here to here by fixing this. So this must be what's responsible from going from here to here. And that's how you create a map in your brain. That's how you learn. It's not through reading some book over and over again with no practical application. That practical application is what gets your brain to learn. You know, I have no idea where to find something like that, Jerry. I can't even find schematics for the 16-inch MacBook Pro. I'm sorry. I have no idea. Like, I can't even find schematics for the stuff that I work on every day, much less other stuff. But yeah, this is how I learn. The way that I learn is by just taking the difference after I fix it, and I need a burrito. My head's killing me. Yeah, fuck that. End video. Hi, edit this. All right, cut. All right, so I'm gonna put this in the here, make an estimate, put some notes in. This is an OpticsCam NH1080, which doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, OpticsCam, OPTIX cam, OCS-HDMI-NH1080. It does not exist. Thank you, CC4 Tech, for the British pounds.
Robust.
Thank you, Kahalis. Change what, Teresa? I'm going to clean my desk off, and I think it's about time for me to get going. What is the most reliable MacBook in your opinion? The ThinkPad P50 MacBook. I would highly suggest the ThinkPad P50. You can buy it on Lenovo.com. A1237. Oh my god. Yes, beeping. Which one is the one that uses an MCP 79U and which is the one that uses... Yeah, no, that's A1304. Yeah, A1304. With that little piece of shit zip drive. We do hard drive data recovery and cell phone data recovery. You pay, I fix. You no pay, I no fix. Mostly MacBook though. Chris, how dead? Yeah, more hard drive videos. I'm waiting for a screen to come. So we need a screen to go on his bench so that it's easier to take a look and see what's going on in there. So that he can see where his camera's focusing. Waiting for that to get here. We got the HDMI splitter. He got the better lens because the lens that he was using before was shit. It was kind of hard to focus with. We have... What else is there? Yeah, so we're just waiting for the screen to come in there. And then I also have to get a way that I can monitor what's going on out here because I actually wind up using some remote desktop shit to remote into my computer in the office to switch scenes back and forth, which is a pretty dumb way to organize it. Okay. This can go in storage. This is junk. Junk, 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 junk. Da da da. Okay, you can go here. I'm gonna try and clean my office out. Because if I stop streaming, then I'm gonna stop cleaning and go straight home. If I do this now, then I'll be forced to clean up before I leave. Yeah, this is junk. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Definitely don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Okay, I kind of need that. I can go here. Ooh. I'm on the hunt for a Pentium 3 ThinkPad. You nuts? Don't forget to add the stuff to a... I'm probably going to forget the moment I get out of here, actually. I'll try not to. Erica will remind me. I have to return this. I get to figure out how difficult Samsung makes RMAing an SSD that died. I forgot what it was like last time. I need to get a small wireless keyboard for here. This wired keyboard is kind of screwing with me. I'd like to only have it on the desk when absolutely necessary. Ring Erica's phone. Oh shit, yeah. I think that someone heard that Paul doesn't like loud keyboards, so someone sent me this keyboard just so that I'd plug it in and piss off Paul. I think that's how I got this thing. But I'm not a big fan of mechanical keyboards. They're not really better for typing for me. Oh, speaking, I gotta upload that typing video. Should have just finished encoding it. I gotta get a nice narrow keyboard here. All hail Ericat. Cinevision is here. Is she? Okay, got the nasty stuff. Now I... Does anybody in the chat miss having Hi here as the stream assistant? Or is this the... It's interesting, because now we finally have space for an actual other human being. We're doing... How often do you cause problems that you don't know how to fix? What do you do to them? I give them to Chris. I used to give them to Paul, but now I give them to Chris. Yeah, I give them to Chris. That's what we do with those ones. Alright. Q-tip here. Fucking desk. Someone says I don't. Is that I miss Paul? Yeah, we're gonna have access to Paul soon. You'll see. What the hell is this stupid piece of composite freaking video? Animals. What do I pay you people for? We fix desktops from time to time. It's just very rare that people spill water on their desktop because desktops are in front of you and gravity doesn't work that way. Does it feel weird having extra space and not knowing what to do with it? Well, I've got an idea of what to do with it. We are already making plans on what to do with it. Funny that you mention. I used to have this Zoom recorder that I would use with my DPA microphone, so I could use the DPA mic when I'm on the bicycle. And I honestly don't know what the fuck happened to it. I can't find it anywhere. So I was using that for the streams that I was doing on the way home with the bike. Not quite sure what to do now that that thing's gone. Yeah, I have an idea of what to do with it. We're working on that. I'd like to get enough data recovery in here that we have 4 or 6 other people doing data recovery the same way that we're doing MacBook board repair. That's just going to take time is all. It takes time to earn a reputation, and there's a lot of companies that have worked very long and paid a lot of money for their advertising to have their reputations, and it's going to take time for us to get one for what we do, which is not bill you $6,000 for software recovery or $4,000 for a freaking head that was stuck that you just unstuck in a second or two. Thank you, B-Dog. I appreciate that. Yeah, we have there's a lot of work that's going to need to be done, but I'm excited to do it. It's going to be a bit of an uphill battle for this, just like it is with everything else. But I'm excited about the concept of using this place in getting to a point where every single crevice, nook and cranny is used in some way. It'll get there. Just gonna take some time and some more work. Life has been continuously showing me that if I'm willing to put in the work, I might get somewhere. Might not get as far as I wanted, but you get somewhere. What happened to the oscilloscope? You never use that to do this. I have a laptop from 2008. Can you fix it? I mean, do you really want me to fix something that you could probably buy on eBay for 20 bucks? If it's 12 years old, it's very unlikely that it's worth more than $100, in which case paying me to fix it is probably a waste of money. Okay. We have a workplace. Now, what can I do with this microscope setup? I wish this didn't come up so high, because it covers my screen. And the monitor doesn't, this monitor doesn't go any higher. I'd love if I could make the monitor go a little higher and point down. If I got a bigger mat, that would help actually. I'm thinking of getting a bigger mat. So like rather than having a mat, I have to choose. If I put the board here, then the microscope goes in front of the screen, which makes it hard to see the schematic. If I put it here, then I have to move the mat here. But when I take the computer apart under the camera, the computer lands here off the mat. So what I'm thinking is I should probably get myself a larger mat. Or, yeah. We'll figure it out. Anyway. Yeah. Time for a burrito, and then I'll be out of here. I have an Alienware Aurora R4 desktop that I think has a corrupted BIOS. I would ask Alienware to give you a non-corrupted BIOS. Yeah, Hi's water cooling never leaked. And I sometimes, when I moved the computer, I know I took the thing and put it probably upside down when I took it outside to blow all the dust and dirt out. Ah, shit, I got hot sauce on me. Anyway. And I put it through the ringer. I approve of Hi water cooling. Hi did a lot of the work there. I fucking hate building computers with a passion. It's so boring, tedious, annoying. So Hi did a good job there. I have no patience for building computers, like negative patience. Rematch on Type Racer. Maybe. I think tofu and jackfruit. Anel laughs at me, but Anel weighs 40 pounds less than I do, and he still can't beat me in a pull-up contest. I will take shit from people in this store about my diet when someone and anybody in this store can beat me in a pull-up contest. Orhan's 40 pounds lighter than me. I still beat him by 2 pull-ups. That's including all of his swinging that he counts as a pull-up. I figured I would spare you all listening to me pee. Should I buy a pre-built e-bike or build my own? Absolutely make your own. Here's the thing. It's kind of like a computer. Let me explain how this works. So, back in the day, it made sense to build your own computer because you could save literally thousands of dollars and get something with the exact same performance as if you had purchased a pre-built. Now, when you build your own computer, in many cases, you're like saving this much money off of just buying a pre-built that would have had the same performance. But back in the day, you could literally you could save thousands and thousands of dollars building your own. With e-bike, it's very similar. You could easily spend $4,000 or $5,000 on an e-bike that goes 20 miles an hour. That has a fucking 200-watt motor that barely accelerates faster than you can pedal, that you can't throttle, that you can't tinker with. A lot of them, you can't even fucking replace the battery. You have to replace the bike frame when the battery goes bad. Whereas, right now, even if you're me, even if you have no fucking clue how to set up anything, you save quite a bit. Yeah, let's see if I can show you I actually broke the kickstand off of mine and the mount on the bike that the kickstand goes to the other day because I'm a dipshit. So I can't keep the thing up to really show you much, but yeah, I'll show you the side of mine before I get out of here. Uh-oh. Don't lean anything on an L shelf. It's dangerous. This is my bike. Yeah, I'll read some of it. So, this is my bike. I think this is a Trek Dual Sport. Trek is kind of like the Apple of bikes. This damn desk is in the way. Uh-oh. Anyway. So, this is an EM3 EV 14.9 SP battery. This could do 60 amps when it was new, now it does 42 because I kind of fucked it up. This here is a Sabvaton 72150 controller. This here is a BBS HD motor. And that's a bunch of silicone caulking that I put in there because I ripped off the platform. I ripped off the cover so that I could put this controller. I use this controller because the controller that comes with it is garbage. Very bad, very garbage. The controller is held onto the bike by this metal pipe shit. So I wish I hadn't broken my kickstand off of the bike. Hopefully I really hope I can get Paul to fix that at some point. Yeah, what can I use to hold this shit up? Here, chair. Yeah, chair? Chair? Chair. Not feeling it. Something without wheels. How about a box? Yeah, a box? How about this? Box? Yeah, box. About a... Kinda? Maybe? No. Yeah. Okay. That'll do. I'm going to put that horn on the other bike, JP. You'll see. Okay. So what do we have here? So this is some metal shit that you're supposed to use to hold pipes up, and I wrapped that around the frame of the bicycle so that the controller could get mounted there. This here, XT90, the XT90 splits. It goes from the battery to the DC to DC converter for the lights and the cell phone charger, as well as going to the motor. Hall sensor wires, I broke up a bunch of these USB-C chargers because I had a bunch of USB-C charger wires that I think people left here a long time ago. One of these is for, actually, these two are USB-C chargers. One is for my GoPro, one's for my phone. This is a throttle. This is power for the lights. This is, I think, trigger voltage. That's going from the... I have a switch up here for trigger. This is a bunch of silicone caulking material to liquid resistance the inside of it, since I don't have the cover on it anymore. And those are all the wires for the controller, completely unlabeled and just kind of shoved willy-nilly up there. Because that's how we do. And that's my bike. Isn't it beautiful? It's beautiful, isn't it? It's pretty. This is my test bicycle. So my other bike was my normal one. This is the one that I kind of kept open so that I could test different shit on it. That seat also feels like shit, but this is my spare bike. And the reason the battery bag is so beaten in over here is because I have a charger in there that I should really mount outside the bag, but I didn't, and I have the lock mounted on the other side. One of the things that I learned throughout this process is do not put the mount on the side because it fucks with the space for the battery. So I usually mount the lock up here now rather than on the side, because as you can see on the other side of the bike, there's the lock, and it kind of fucks with the bag. And then the bag kind of started to get fucked up because of that. So this pushes the battery in naturally, which is pretty fucking stupid. But I wasn't thinking when I first put this here because I hadn't really put together a bike. So on the new ones, I have it go up here. And on the other bike that I had, if it was still around for you to see, I hope that guy brings it back soon, you'd see that the bag is actually perfectly fit and nice and tight in there. There's no free space or anything. And it's perfectly even on both sides. This bag's kind of a clusterfuck. This bike's kind of been hit by a car once or twice, so that probably kind of fucked up the battery bag a little bit. But yeah, that's my bicycle. You can tell it was put together. You could tell this was put together at 1 in the morning with just whatever the hell that I had. I never had time to work on my stuff, so the wires look dangerous. Oh, nonsense. You're like the guy that was saying, I can't believe how you mishandled your microscope light when all I did is plug it in. All of this is insulated. Like, every wire is terminated. All of these wires, like this thing I got to tie back up. I had to read through this the other day, so I didn't have a zip tie. But all these are waterproof connectors over here. Those are waterproof Molexes. All of those wires are heat shrinked. They're 10 gauge wires. It's not like the wire is gonna melt, anything like that. Yeah, it's all fine. The rear light holding with Scotch tape is gold. Yes. Yes. Indeed. Yes. But yeah, this is pretty much put together, like everything that I've done to this bike, every modification, all the work on it, it was done like mostly at the end of 2018 and early 2019, right after the CBC News piece came out, and I was staying at work until 1 or 2 a.m. every day. So pretty much everything that's on here is some random shit that I put together before going home when dead tired using whatever was here. So like, did I get e-bike wire that I wanted? No. Oh, look, I have a USB-C charging cord. I'll use that. Did I get this that I wanted? Oh, look, I have these crimpers that I used for something else 5 years ago. I'll use that. So that's pretty much how this thing got put together. This is my spare. I only use this one when the other one's fucked up. And the other one's fucked up right now, so I'm using this one. Now, what I'd like to do is I'd like to build one from scratch, like properly. Now that I actually have some type of spare time, and I'd like to put together something that's nice, that's neat. I got this pretty cool, it's a 12 conductor Belden wire. I think it's like 18 gauge, 12 conductor, so that I have, and it's going to be color coded. This thing's going to be so freaking sexy. It's so every single wire is just going to be one wire from the top to the bottom of the bike, and they're all going to be color coded, and it's going to have this nice little label on each one, but it's not going to be a bunch of different wires. It's going to be one thick wire going from the top to the bottom. That I'm pretty excited about. I'd like to put together something completely from scratch, properly, where everything is labeled. It's not like just one kludge on top of another kludge on top of another kludge because it's 2 a.m. and I want to go home. But yeah, this thing kicks. It's pretty reliable. If you do get a BBS HD, I would suggest that you do a little bit of your own liquid proofing instead of just trusting what's stock on there. Because what's stock on there is, even if you don't mess with the controller or open it at all, isn't perfect. It looks really good, but in practical reality, my mic throwing a bunch of silicone on it actually did more. Bike go vroom. See? Bike go vroom. Vroom. No, I'm not going to build a frame myself as well. I'm kind of trying to get more experience as I go. So every time I do a build, I'd like to learn just a little bit more, but I'm not going to go from scratch yet. I'm not experienced enough for that. Well, these Cree lights that come with it are pretty cool, though. Check this out. Let's see. Can you see that? You can't. But yeah, this wiring is a total clusterfuck. You can tell that I put this shit together at like 1 in the morning. Some of those wires chafe on sharp metal parts. Not really. Let's see. You mean the really, really fluffy USB-C charger cable that's covered in 2 layers of insulation? Yeah, let's see if I can. I'll get you guys a link to the Mogami wire that I got for the next stream. But I'm excited about that. I'm going to have one set of, like, just one wire going from down here to up here. And it's going to have 12 wires coming out of it. And they're all going to be different colors. And each one is going to be for one specific thing. And it's going to be perfectly cut, beautiful. But it's also going to be way faster than this piece of shit. I also want to figure out how to make this Kelly controller that I have work. I have a Subvaton because it was easy for me to get going, but it's way too big. And, I don't need a controller that's this big. Like, this is ridiculous. I'm not putting 150 amps through a fucking BBS HD. That's just not happening. This controller is for way more powerful things than this. It's just, they make a smaller version of this, but it's smaller in terms of the power it can handle. It's not smaller in terms of its actual size. So they make these in lower amperage ratings, but the lower amperage rating is not smaller physically. And it's also often not available, so I just got that one. But there's a Kelly, I think KLS 7230S or something like that I was looking at. It's just I could never get the fucking thing to work when I was messing with it. Builds video. Perhaps. Yeah, we may have a build video. Can we watch it being put together? Yeah, you know what? I'll put it up. The thing is, I used to not be able to do that because I didn't have space to do the build video. But now I can. I will have space to do it because I have this entire office. So, yeah, I'll probably film putting it together. I'll have a nice separate camera maybe. All right, time to get out of here. It was lovely streaming with most of you today. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye now. Oh yeah, the seat. The seat does suck. Yeah, that seat is fucking uncomfortable as hell. The good seat is on the other bike.